This is the review for questions in quiz number 2 corresponding to chapters 6, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to start by chapter 6, Consumer Markets and Consumer Market Behavior. First question. Recognize, give an example of sociocultural, personal, psychological, or situational factors affecting consumer behaviors. Sociocultural. One example of factor is the ethnic factor. In the example, Procter & Gamble made more flavors for its toothpaste to target black consumers. Personal. The example of the factor is lifestyle. And the example is clearly kombucha tea is targeting young consumers who prefer healthy lifestyle. In psychological, we have beliefs and attitudes. The example, Apple's products are for consumers who believe in Apple's values. And situational factors. One is purchase task, and the example, when we buy for someone, we tend to be more generous. Or another example, buying a cold drink in a very hot summer day. Next question. Henry bought a new car and is satisfied, disappointed, delighted with his new car purchase. Using the terminology learned, explain what happens when someone is satisfied, disappointed, or delighted. Why should marketers care about consumers' level of satisfaction? Post-purchase evaluation. The consumer compares his expectations with the perceived performance. In most cases, the customer experiences cognitive dissonance. Customer satisfaction is a key to building profitable relationships with consumers, to keeping and growing consumers and reaping their customer lifetime value. Satisfied customer buy a product again, talk favorably to others about the product, pay less attention to competing brands and advertising, and buy other products from the company. Many marketers go beyond merely meeting the expectations of the customers. They aim to delight the customer. Compare the level of performance with expectations. Dissatisfied versus satisfied. When the performance is smaller than the expectations, then the customer is disappointed. When the performance equals expectations, then the customer is satisfied. When the performance is greater than the expectations, the customer is delighted. Next question. Recognize, give examples of the buyer decision process steps and what happens at each level. Okay. The steps are problem or need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase decision, and post-purchase evaluation. Step 1. Needs recognition. Various internal or external stimuli telling that the actual situation is different from the ideal situation. It can happen when out of stock, replacement, lifestyle change, market-induced need, dissatisfaction, complementary product. Step 2. Information search. Information search can be whether internal, sources are product recall, previous experience and consideration set, or external, sources personal, like relatives, friends and colleagues. Public, like consumer reports, government agencies, marketing controlled, like advertising, store displays, company websites, and experiential, like handling, examining, or using the product. Step 3. Evaluation of alternatives. Consideration set. Step 4. Purchase decision. An intention of purchase is formed. The consumer has to decide where and when to buy, and the marketers need to ease the purchasing process. Step 5. Post-purchase evaluation or post-purchase behavior. It's the stage of the buyer decision process in which consumers take further action after purchase based on their satisfaction or dissatisfaction with a purchase. Next question. People can be part of various groups. Name these types of groups and give a concrete example of each. We have membership groups, aspirational groups, and reference groups. Membership groups are groups with direct influence and to which a person belongs. Aspirational groups, groups an individual wishes to belong to. Reference groups, groups that form a comparison or reference informing attitudes or behavior. Okay, here we're going to amplify a little bit each of the concepts mentioned before. So, the membership groups of an individual are social groups to which he belongs and which will influence him. The membership groups are usually related to its social origin, age, place of residence, work, hobbies, leisure, etc. A membership group typically has a formal process before a member of the public can be recognized as one of the group. Groups such as these include societies, clubs, teams, cliques, and political parties. I don't know how to pronounce this word. Examples: John Molson Marketing Association, Latin American Student Association. Aspirational groups. Any group that an individual wishes or aspires to join. This may be an actual group that is characterized by interaction and interpersonal structures. Example, a professional association or a sports team, or may refer to an aggregation of individuals who are thought to possess one or more shared similarities, for example, the rich or the intellectuals. An aspirational group refers to a group that an individual would like to belong to, for example, a music group. And finally, reference groups refers to a group with which another group or individual is compared. Next question. Why is it important to understand consumer behavior? Understanding what consumers do and why they do it is a vital first step towards being able to predict and ultimately influence the behavior. What is cognitive dissonance? Name 3 things that marketers can do to minimize it. Cognitive dissonance is a psychological concept related to self-doubt when making decisions. In marketing, it is often referred to as buyer's remorse and relates to the uncertainty customers feel after making a tough purchasing decision. In other words, it's the buyer's discomfort caused by post-purchase conflict. Example: Sally is shopping for a new dress for a party on Saturday. She has set a budget of $250 for her outfit. After trying on several outfits, she chooses one that is flattering and trendy, but costs $500. Sally feels uneasy and guilty about spending more than her budget. Second part of the questions. 3 things that marketers can do to minimize the cognitive dissonance. Send post-purchase thank you letter. Offer more guarantee or warranty. Display product superiorities in ads.